We run adjacent to a circle of the Manosphere. So I see a lot of these comments show up on my feeds on various platforms. And a lot of guys actually come to me asking for relationship advice and things like that, believe it or not. I'm just a writer of science fiction and comic books. But I do have a good head on my shoulders, and I do have a pretty good, stable life here. So I want to just impart a little bit of wisdom from what I kind of know, because what I see from the Manosphere is kind of actually I guess I hate using this word, but a form of toxic behavior, where it is a lot of like midlife crisis going on, and it's like, hey, here's how you bang like a girl who's like 24. Ha ha ha. And, while you might enjoy that for, 15 seconds, that's not actually going to bring you fulfillment in your life. It's actually not a good thing. And of course, the Bible condemns fornication, and that's leading to lifestyles which are as destructive as the sort of Instagram OnlyFans kind of crap that's going on the other side in the feminine world, destroying femininity. So we have both situations going on. We have men that are out for cheap thrills. We have women that are giving those cheap thrills, and it's cheapening relationships all the way around. So what do you look for in a woman to be happy, and what do you look for a fulfilled lifestyle as a Christian masculine man? That is a question that never gets answered in the Manosphere, and that's what we're here to do today. So there's a meme that goes around, of course, which is like, the debt-free virgin with no tattoos. And of course, some of that has some truth to it, but let's be a little honest about this. If you're 30, 40, or 50, are you a virgin? Well, then, requiring that of your significant other should not be something really you should be going for. Also, don't be a hypocrite on this level. Because, look, I mean, obviously you don't want somebody who's been sleeping around a ton, and you shouldn't be doing that either. But we should also acknowledge the realities of the world. Debt-free is a good thing, though. Debt is a bad thing in our society. And if a woman is accumulating too much debt, you know that she's into material things. You know that like she is trying to buy her happiness with fleeting sort of things like designer clothes or, fancy cars, whatever it is. A lot of these women get into these situations where they can't afford what they're doing, and they want to saddle you with that. And then it's not going to make you or her happy in the long run, because she is damaged by that consumerism that is, of course, plaguing our society right now. And of course, no tattoos is a good thing also. I mean, a tattoo shows that somebody is easily manipulatable at the end of the day. They are willing to just absolutely scar their own body for some sort of fleeting sensation of pleasure, and they're usually getting duped into doing so by a boyfriend or a friend, or the fact that they got drunk or something like that. So those two things are some pretty good qualifications, but there's other things that you want to look for also. In a woman, you want somebody who's actually pretty cleanly, pretty organized, because a lot of men are not on that level, and women can help out on that level quite a bit. It's very important. If a woman is too disorganized, you know that she's not going to take care of your household and take care of your children. And if you want to look at the sort of dynamic between men and women, you're supposed to be the protector. You're supposed to be somebody who is soft with her, but hard with anybody who wants to hurt her. You are the protector of the household. You are the person who is trying to make sure your kids grow up in a good and safe place and keep her safe at the same time. That is the objective here. So you want that household to be in good shape, and that's kind of what she does as the nurturer. On the other level, of course, you want somebody who cooks pretty well. That is something that's a useful thing, because again, like if you're providing and you bring in and then she cooks, things are going well on that front. It's the protector and the nurturer once again. You want somebody who is focused on kids and actually really does care about your kids. This is somebody who's not going out on a lot of girlfriends' weekends and things like that. Those are big red flags. If they want to party too much, if they want to go out with their girlfriends, if they want to involve themselves in too many self activities, if they're trying to find themselves, if they're trying to make themselves happy, you know that you've got somebody who is a problem long term, and they've been corrupted usually by Instagram culture. Instagram culture is a big destructive thing. And as a subset of this, I want to say, you probably want a woman who doesn't have Instagram or doesn't have TikTok. Those types of things are pushing the behavior which is destructive to our society all the way around. And if they are on those all the time, they're going to end up a disaster for you and your family long term. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Those are sick institutional things, and that is not good for a woman to be pushing her psyche into that level. And And I'd say, finally, you want somebody who's a Christian, and you want to make sure she's a real Christian. You want to make sure she prioritizes that first, is going to be at church with you and the family every Sunday morning, is going to be praying, is going to be actively making sure she shares her spiritual life with you, isn't hiding anything on that level, and or just like going through the motions and saying she's doing it, or using a Bible study as a social sort of getaway from the family. Those sorts of things are how you can tell whether somebody's a real Christian or not. And a real Christian woman is going to prioritize her family first and prioritize her family's spiritual lives first, with you at the head, where she's backing up the decisions you make on that level. So those are what you should look for in a woman, and that's what you will be happy with and have a good Christian life with. And that's way better than anything that the pickup artists are going to give to you. They are going to tell you how to pick up floozies at bars, which are not going to fulfill you whatsoever. That's kind of what the Manosphere has been pumping out all the time. And honestly, look, guys, I mean, if you're 40, you don't want a girl who's 22, 24. She's not going to be on an intellectual level that's going to be satisfying for you. For the most part, I'm not saying, there's these are not black and white, but for the most part, that's going to be the case. If you're 50, you don't want somebody who's under 30. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious that these sort of things are leading to destructive relationships, not productive relationships. So I hope that helps you. Again, I've gotten a lot of these questions over the years, and of course, we are trying to provide good culture for the channel, and that is the entire thing that we're doing here. Good culture starts at home, starts with you, it starts with your families, starts with your children. So make sure that you have everything right in that regard first. All right, I hope this is good. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button, and of course, we'll be back soon.